This photo dates from 1970-ish. It could even be a tad earlier, 1968 or 1969. My mother and I were staying over Christmas at a relative's house in Chingford, I believe it was. I found this photo some time ago when I was going through all my old photos and digitizing them. Here they all are having a traditional family knees up, and in the foreground there you can see my mother, and if you notice she's wearing a Chinese dress. This dress, in fact, and it is now 2021 and I'm in the house in Thailand, and going through the cupboards I found this dress. Now, the photo you've seen was taken 1969, 1970 in England. I haven't lived in England since 1971, so this must have somehow followed me to the USA when I cleared out the house in Southend, I would think. And somehow, unremembered by me, it has come out here. And Noy must have put it away in a cupboard somewhere, and purely by accident I found it. I bought this on one of my very early voyages to Shanghai in China. We were running grain from Australia up to Shanghai, refueling the ship at Nagasaki in Japan, and then back to Australia for more grain, and a round trip like that. Of course, it was different in China in those days. This was the late 60s. They were at the height of the Cultural Revolution, and Charwoman Mao was in power, and the whole ship was taken over by Red Guards with AK-47s, or the Chinese knockoff. Some of them looked as though they weren't more than 16. It was very, very, very scary. As loudspeakers were put up all over the ship, blaring propaganda music for 24 hours a day. And they unloaded 40,000 tons of grain from our ship by hand in around about 24 hours. They put lighters alongside the ship, and they lowered scoops down into the hold, and they had an army of Chinese workers down in the hold shoveling like mad to fill the scoops up, which were then lifted up by the ship's own derricks and put over the side into the lighters. That's what communism can do, and that's why China is unfettered by all the niceties that are holding back the USA and the rest of the civilized world. That's probably why they will succeed and we will fail. So anyway, the chance find triggered off a memory, a long forgotten memory, and precious objects. I hope my mum would have approved. Cheerio.